Yeah, I thought I'd start this little walkthrough this time with a view from the street. As people come up my street, what the garden looks like. See the towering sunflowers greeting everybody as they zoom up the street and past the garden. And then there's right along the sidewalk is the grazing garden with little tomatoes and peppers, or well, not peppers this year, but there's grapes and raspberries and cucumbers and beans, and then nice tall sunflowers with right behind them is a row of cantaloupes. Still, the leaves are all gone. I had to take those down because they're covered with mold. They're starting to get there, but they're still attached to the vines and plumping up day by day as long as they keep getting some water. And there's the raspberry bushes along the front that were pretty prolific this year. And I guess, I don't think I've ever gotten really any shots of what it looks like to walk down the street. Just some ornamental garden mixed in a little bit, but this is the circle of corn, the Three Sisters type of arrangement with corn, beans, and squash. I'm not sure if I ever got any pictures of, but corn's doing pretty good this year. And again, just some more ornamental stuff out front. Moving along. Limping along. The squash, I'm not getting any this year. I don't understand what's going on. I get lots of blossoms. There's lots of bees, pollinators floating around, flying around, but I cannot get anything to come to fruit. You can see, there's you can see it's got, here it is, end of September, and I've got blossoms. I mean, and it's not just the squash. I mean, there's blossoms all over everything this late in the season, which is bizarre. This is actually, I didn't plant anything in here this year, but it's completely filled with parsnips and a lot of milkweed. But I've been throughout the years, I've put all kinds of root veggies and stuff in here, but the parsnips just seem to take over lately. But I can pull those up, and actually nice and deep rooted, so it'll loosen the soil up. But here's the trench pond. Got some melons. Actually did get, let's see if I can get a shot of that. There's a nice, we do have some, I think that's a sugar baby watermelon, but I had just harvested a honeydew from this little patch here. But some more sunflowers along that as well. A few little herbs here and there. I think that's asparagus that is overgrown. It looks like dill, but that's already gone to seed and gone back to green growth again. Let's see, along the backside there's some tomatoes growing along the trench, and lots of them. I got to get out here and start harvesting tomatoes. Again, I got green tomatoes, I got tomato blossoms still, not so much blossoms, I guess, mostly all green tomatoes right now. But see, there's some winter and summer savory, some more spices or herbs, I guess, along there. Got some peppermint and spearmint down here at that end. Let's keep going. It's going to be a little bit longer this time, I think, but a little more comprehensive look around. Corn, some more corn mixed in with the sunflowers along the front and back side. Look how tall these things are. Got some mammoth size heads, and I think that's actually the variety name of the sunflowers, mammoth. Circle here of sunflowers, and a little bit of Three Sister stuff I tried to do in here with some beans and squash, but again, it's just I'm not getting any fruit from the squash. I guess I'll do a little panoramic here on open spaces. This is where a house used to stand, so the soil really is crappy in here. I've tried to grow stuff here before, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of remediation and tilling and whatnot, or just, you know, some lasagna beds or something. But there's the greenhouse in the background. This one's mostly cabbage family stuff. Some kohlrabi that you can see it's covered in dead weeds that I let grow pretty tall this year, and then pulled them up late season, and everything just started to pop. Once I pull all the weeds out, it just really started growing well. And actually, this patch here is from last year that I let overwinter, and it came back. I got lots of seeds from it, and then it just continued growing from there. And potato tires, they're doing quite well. Here's a nice, my one and only eggplant. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I like him. I'm gonna make sure I get some seeds from that one. But I've got lots of eggplant plants with blossoms, and I did have a second eggplant. I don't know what happened to it. It had a big hole in it from bugs or something. I don't know if something ran away with it or what happened, but it was nice to see, at least, you know, I've had some success with an eggplant. I've got some all along that potato row and along these over here, along with some very nice looking beets and some more cabbage variety stuff. Planted these late season radishes and carrots for the end of July. I planted those, and they're fully grown now. I also planted some lettuce varieties in here that did not take off. For some reason, lettuce did not want to grow this year. Way back over in there, some carrots. And there's my salad tree that I only actually grew beans and peas in this year, but that's doing quite well. For a experiment, I would love to do all of these poles. The city puts all these wooden posts in all along the abandoned lots and whatnot, but if I could like build a vertical structure like this to plant stuff in, you know, to save some space, I think that the people can get inspired by doing things like that, because it really, you know, you don't need any permits or anything like that to take over the lot. You know, it's just like it's just taking over a post. You know, you wouldn't even need a permit, I wouldn't think. The dome pond, I've continued enclosing in with this plastic fencing and these rounded hoops around the edges. You can actually lift up from the bottom to get inside, and eventually I'd like to cover this all in bubble wrap, or at least a clear plastic or something, and turn this whole thing into a greenhouse with water, you know, filling it up from overflow hoses and stuff from my gutters to come down here and keep this full. Currently it's got just a couple inches of water in it, but there's, I don't know if you could see, there's a bunch of different goldfish swimming around in it. I'm sure the little water in there is probably all kinds of fertilizer by now, and I have not had to feed them once. I put in like 2 dozen fish in there, and I think I've only found like 3 dead ones, and I don't know if it's the bugs, the mosquito larvae or whatnot, but keeping them fed, but I have not had to feed those fish once. And the beans climbing up the outer supports of the, this is just an old gazebo frame that I put around the pond, and then reinforced it with these semicircular PVC pipes that covered them with field fencing. I don't know, it's just kind of interesting looking, artsy type of appearance to it. Some more radishes and carrots. Behind that is my compost. Just finished, it's actually 2 stages. Down at this end I had all sticks and stuff. I just ground up a whole bunch of them to mix into the fresher stuff, or the older stuff I should say, at the other end. And some more potato tires over here. I got some garlic growing in the back behind them. Just try to mix stuff up to see where stuff prefers to grow. So it gives me clues how to set stuff up for the next year. But here's another look. Here's a look from the inside of the compost pile. You can see where I've been chipping up some of the sticks and stuff from the other side. getting ready to get that all mixed in. But that's what keeps the soil fertile, is using all the leaves and stuff from all the trees. I'm trying to encourage the neighbors to dump their leaves in here as well, so that we have a constant supply of compost for the whole community, you know, not just for this garden, but, you know, some other people can come by and get some additives for their own gardens. Hopefully people are going to start doing on their own as well. Still some apple tree seedlings going. I'll probably bring those in for the winter, just to make sure. I'll put them in some larger pots. But I did plant a couple of those in along the sunflowers along the front, and those are doing well as well. Almost about the same size as these in the little containers. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I grew them from seed, so it will probably be a different variety of apple than what they originally came from. Here we actually bag up the lawn clippings and stuff too, to mix in with straw to fill the potato tires and stuff up with. Alright, moving along. I still have not gone anywhere with the wind bottling experiments. There's my vertical blade turbine starters, but I guess I can work on that over the winter as well. I'm really kind of exhausted, but here's the extension to the greenhouse that I had originally planned on putting the RV in here, but I only got like halfway finished with it, and this will be getting covered up with the 6 mil plastic, probably 2 layers of it, both the clear and black, so I can lift the black off to let light in, or cover it up to absorb heat. Wow, look at the size of that spider. Yeah. All right, I got somebody. Guess I'm gonna have to do this later.